something happening here.
I'm Rand Paul, one of Ron Paul's kids. This time I'd like all the Ron Paul family to come up. Before I forget, if anybody's in town tomorrow and is not tired of walking by tomorrow, I will be on the steps of the state capitol at 12:30 tomorrow in Concord, and we're going to walk some more in Concord. So if you're here and you want to do some more walking, 12:30 on the State House steps in Concord. Our family's a big family, and that's sort of our secret weapon, as well as you guys are our secret weapon, and we're going to use it. And to tell you how a secret weapon like this works, in 1996, my dad made a comeback against all odds in a Republican primary, and at that time, he was opposed by almost every Republican establishment person in the whole country. George Bush Sr., the former president, opposed him in the primary, and George Bush, the governor of Texas, opposed him in the primary. Boo. And we beat them all. Just a second, I've got a phone call if you guys have a second. It's Rudy Giuliani. He says that he doesn't have any family members that will campaign for him. And he wants to know if he can borrow some Ron Paul family. You guys want to campaign for Rudy Giuliani?
What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there, telling me I got to beware. I think it's time we stop, children. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
You know, I am a strong believer that our lives and our liberties come from our Creator. And if our lives are truly our own, of course we have to take care of ourselves, and we have to be self-reliant, and we have to suffer consequences if we make mistakes and not depend on our neighbors to take care of us. So if we have our life and liberty given to us by our Creator and not by our government, doesn't it follow that the fruits of our labor should belong to us 100%? And of course, if you believe that, the corollary to that is we have to totally reject the 16th Amendment and get rid of the IRS. The principle of the income tax is exactly opposite of the principles of liberty. That means the government owns us, and they allow us to keep a certain percentage under certain conditions, those things that we earn. Now, that, of course, is a total rejection of what made America great, and unfortunately now it's been almost 100 years that we have accepted this principle, and it needs to be reversed. But you know, a similar program or an understanding exists which further enforces this notion that the government owns us, and that is the principle of the selective service and the draft. That has to be rejected as well. To me, the idea of a military draft is based on the concept of an authoritarian, because it says, once again, the government owns the people, and for some reason, you know, it said, well, isn't it a good idea? The 18-year-olds owe it to America that they have to be registered to fight for the country. No, it is not true. If we have to fight for our country and fight for our liberties, we all should be involved, not the 18-year-olds. And unfortunately, when they can resort to the draft, it also means that they are more likely to get involved in wars they shouldn't be involved in. And unfortunately, they're looking at it right now because I am very concerned about what might happen in the Middle East, and the reason why our efforts and our rallies and our movement has to prevail is the fact that not only do we not only want to end that war, we don't want it to spread. We need to start bringing our troops home. I'm convinced that this message, the message of freedom and the Constitution, is very much an effort that brings people together. It brings diverse groups together because it's non-confrontational. We're not judgmental. We can be judgmental in a moral sense of saying what somebody's doing might be wrong or bad, but not judgmental in the legal sense. It also recognizes the responsibility of oneself, that we have a responsibility for our own being and what we turn out to be, but we have responsibilities for our family. And that's where the responsibility is. But if we turn this whole idea over to the government, to being responsible for our personal behavior, and thinking the government knows what is best for us and knows what we're supposed to do with our lives, that is done at the rejection of liberty, so we have to totally eliminate and reject that principle. Some people have labeled this a revolution, and I would say this is a grand day for a revolution. Thank
you. There's battle lines being drawn. Nobody's right if everybody's wrong. Young people speaking their minds are getting so much resistance from behind. Time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. What a field day for the heat. 1,000 people in the street, singing songs and a carrying signs, mostly say hooray for our side. It's time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Strikes deep into your life, it will creep. It starts when you're always afraid. Step out of line, the man come and take you away. We better stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going. We better stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going. We better stop now.
I understand I have a limited amount of time. I want to just say something about national sovereignty. To start off with, I'm the individual that has introduced in every Congress the bill that says we should get out of the United Nations. And therefore it follows that we shouldn't be in the WTO, the IMF, the World Bank, CAFTA, or NAFTA, and we certainly should reject the idea of a North American Union, and if I were to be your president, I will not allow that to happen. And on the issue of national sovereignty, we do have a national federal obligation. All I can do is thank all of you that have given me support and given me the encouragement, but quite frankly, I have joined your revolution, and I am proud to be part of what you want to do. Thank you very much.